Hey, Alex here with your real estate market update. Today is July 17th. I sell houses here in the Sac Metro area, and I do these weekly market updates so that you can stay on top of what's going on in the local real estate market. So let's look at the stats. It's funny, I had an agent call me and say, "Hey, Alex, I really like your real estate market updates because I watch them to keep on top of what's going on with the market." So thank you. Thank you for checking in. Taking a look at the stats, as we always do, we're looking at these numbers for sale, sold, and pending. And you can see that the for sales is outpacing the pendings by quite a bit. But interestingly enough, the marketing times have not shortened. Here we're looking at months of inventory, and you can see it's trailed off a little bit. Again, this data is always 30 days behind, so we're going to be looking next month at the updated data. But this is the trends that we look at for our market, and it's typical for where we are in July. Now, average price per square foot, you can see it's gone down a little bit, and it is somewhat concerning that we're seeing prices drop, but it's uh, going along with the theme that we're into a neutral market right now. And I'm finding that as I'm out there showing property, making offers, that a lot of the listing agents are calling me after the showing saying, "Hey, Alex, do you think you're going to bring us an offer? What did you think of the property?" And this sort of thing. And for me, I always reply back. I think that as real estate professionals, it's up to us to be professional and treat other agents the same as you would like to be treated. So I always call you back when I show your property and give you my honest feedback. Now, days on market, you can see it's been pretty flatline here lately. I think right now we're 40 days on market is the average. And I'm finding that with my listings that are positioned properly, that are cleaned up, staged, ready to go. Those properties are getting the most attention right now. If you're going to list your property and it's going to be half moved out, you haven't cleaned it, you haven't freshened up the landscaping, that sort of thing, you can expect your marketing times to be extended. What I'm finding in the market is homes that are selling quickly at list price. They're just well positioned. So listen to your realtor and take that advice. When we go in and look, or I should say, when I go in and look at doing a listing, that's a business transaction. I know that you have a lot of emotion attached to that home. You've lived there for, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is. But when you get ready to sell that home, it's a business transaction and you should treat it that way. I put this blog post out this week. What South Placer County home buyers really want in 2026. And what I did was I went into Google and I just Googled what do South Placer homeowners want, and Google tells me what people are searching for in this category. And so I went in and put together this blog post on it, and it's pretty interesting. Uh, they're looking for value. They're looking for good schools. They're looking for a place that they can really call home and make community out of. So I went in and put this together. If you are getting ready to list your home, go and take a look at this. There's some great information in there that helps you position your property the right way. And if you're a buyer in the market, it helps you understand what other buyers are looking for as well. So go and check that out. Now, assumable properties. I talk about assumable properties every week because it's a great way for buyers to save money. And that's what I try to do. I try to drive value. I try to bring value to you as a home buyer and a seller through different things that we find in this industry. And so I did this blog earlier this week. These homes may not be available right now because assumable properties do go pretty quickly. So if you are listing your home and you have an FHA or VA loan on your home, we can list it as an assumable loan. And what we're finding is that there is higher demand for those because we're out there pushing it. And so I went in and focused on 3 homes that you could buy at a sub 3% and did some cost analysis of what that means. There's one thing I really cannot stress enough. If you look at this property right here, there is a cash gap. In this case, on this particular property, it varies from property to property, but this one was $246,000 cash gap. You don't have to come in with that money. We can finance that money. And when we're looking at the assumable properties, we look at what the current rate is. So we focus on rates that are below 3%. We look at those rates and then we pair it up with a second, and the first and second combined, we come up with a blended rate. And then we calculate your monthly savings on the assumable loan property based on that blended rate. We just don't go in and calculate it on the sub 3% rate because that wouldn't make any sense. But I really want to stress this. I was with an assumable buyer just this week, and they're like, oh, we're not really looking at assumable because we don't have 125, 175,000, whatever it was to come down with. Well, you don't need to because we have lenders out there that will finance that cash gap. You still have to come in with your down payment, but it's the cash gap. We just finance it. Now, bringing value, sticking with this theme of bringing value, short sales and foreclosures. We're seeing an increase of them. What I've done is put together a website that features short sales and foreclosures, and it's all linked in this blog post, tells you all about it, and you can go in and get the list. I send it to you, and you can see what's on the market. Short sales and foreclosures, these are publicly listed, they're not off market. I've done, unfortunately, a lot of short sale and foreclosure listings and purchases. I lived through the market crash of the mid 2000s. It was ugly. I don't think we're going into that right now. I haven't seen the level of short sale and foreclosure even close to what we had during the mid 2000s. And I hope we never go back to that because it was ugly times. But they are back. There are people that are in distress, and those homes have to be sold. If you are a homeowner that's just barely hanging on, gosh, don't wait till the last minute. I had a homeowner call me through my Google page, said, Alex, I need help. They hadn't made a house payment in over a year. The lender tried to work with them, forbearance agreement, all these different things. And at the end of the day, the lender just didn't have a choice. It was like, look, we've stretched this thing out as far as we can, and it's sold at the courthouse steps. You don't want to be that homeowner. You need to take action. You need to take action before you have to take action, or I should say, before you're forced to take action. Like I said, I've done a lot of them. I tell you like it is. I was in that situation at one point, and I had to save my own home. And then I went down that path and helped a lot of different homeowners. I'll be honest with you, you don't always save the home. And I'll wrap it up here with my featured listing of the week. It is a 10-acre equestrian property. It's out in Newcastle. It's two homes on one lot. The main house is 6,000 square feet. The ADU, if you will, the second home is 1,200 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with an office. It's got 1,000 square foot pool house, capacity for really 10-car garage, 2-car at the ADU, 3-car plus some because it's a tandem garage situation at the main house. This place is absolutely beautiful. It has 2 saunas, a pool, a pond, fruit orchard, gardens, a 6-stall horse barn with a chicken coop. It's just an amazing property. It was developed by a family. They developed the entire 160-acre community. They've lived there in this private community for the last 20, 25 years, and they just decided it was too much work for them. They're moving on. God, it's a great property. So if you're in that category, or if you just want to come out and say hello, I'll be out there Friday afternoon from 4 to 6, and then Saturday from 1 to 4. Come out, say hello, have a cookie, grab some water, and take a look at this amazing property. So that's my market update, July 17th. Again, my name's Alex. I sell properties here in the Sac Metro area. I specialize in land and ranch. I do short sale, foreclosure, probate. I've been at this for 25 years. I've done it, and I enjoy serving the community, helping homeowners out. If you know somebody that's interested in buying or selling a house, I always love your referrals. I'm fortunate because I've built up a huge following doing these videos. I have a database. I really believe in communicating with my database and staying in touch with all of my past clients, prospects, future clients, whatever it is. So, like I said, if you have somebody that's interested in buying or selling a house, please refer them to me. And if you're thinking about listing your home, I'd love to come out and do a pre-listing inspection is what I call it, where I just walk through the home and give you my honest feedback on what should be done before you list. And if you're a buyer, I say it every week, I always start you off with your lender. Let's figure out what that payment is that you want to afford, not necessarily that you can afford. And then we go and attack the market and start looking at homes from there. All right. Thanks, you guys. And I will catch you next week.